What's going on, people? I'm back. We're going to play what I'm calling Horny Oldhim. Because we're playing Imperial Warhorn. I'm so funny. Laugh at my jokes. Boom. There it is. This is the deck. Alright, so this is the deck that Charles Dunn piloted to a second place finish at the Calling Indianapolis. And I have just put it in February, and I've been playing it a little bit. I've liked it pretty well. We're going to be testing that into Oldhim, or not Oldhim, sorry, into Phi. We're going to be playing against Matt W. So I'm just going to make some edits real quick just to make sure that we have the matchup done correctly. I only have a few matchups in here. Played this locally yesterday, went 3-1, lost to a Briar who said, here, let me pull it up. I wrote it down just for this situation. Okay. All right, check this out. Briar was playing Crown of Dominion, the one that gives you gold. And he goes Channel into Force of Nature, into Sonata X equals 1, gets a perfect split of Gloomveil and Snatch, gets both of those. Goes Snatch Go again because he got the embodiment. I blocked that out. Says Gloomveil, go again. I also blocked that out. That's also for 7. Then he plays Rabble, revealing Scar for a Scar on top. I have no cards left in hand. I take a hit for 7. He draws Scar for a Scar. I take another 7. He draws another card. Arsenals. The follow-up channel turn, I think it was maybe 2 turns later, but Yeah, it had to have been 2 turns later because he's like, here's another couple stuff. I block out as much as I can. And then he sees another channel, goes Tome of Harvests into Cash In, into Force of Nature, into Snatch, Go Again. I block that out. Into Rabble. At this point, I have to leak. He reveals another Rabble. Plays that Rabble that he draws, revealing Scar for a Scar. Draws Scar for a Scar. Plays Scar for a Scar. Go again. And then hits me with Rosetta Thorn. Okay? I go all the way down to 3. That game lasted another like 8 turns. That's pretty crazy. So, a lot of merit to this deck, I think. I know, you're falling asleep. Ha ha ha. Okay. Whatever. So I think this is right. We side out Imperial Warhorn, Oasis, Respite, Staunch Response, Steadfast, and Remembrance. There is some merit to Oasis, but not that much. I'd rather just play these other cards. So that's what we're going to do. I think that's right. I can go over the other sideboarding options as well pretty soon. But let's go over here. Copy this play testing. Matt, say hi now that you're here. This is Matt W., also on Team Magnolia.
What up, homies?
The homies are ready to go. Okay, we're going to join the game. I'm going to go ahead and save this to favorites, so I'll have to do this every single time. All right, here's Matt. So we are ready to go. We're going to play the Phi sideboard tech. Like I said, we're setting out these cards here. Don't need the horn. Oldhim is no longer horny for this situation. Is Matt single? I don't know, Matt. Is Matt single? Matt sounds so cool. For anybody in the chat, Unbanned Ball Lightning is indeed Matt, so he's trolling everybody. What's new? Favorite deck, Defensive Dragons. I have a bunch of favorite decks, okay? Alright, so we'll keep track of this. I'm hoping that we can play, like, 3 games at a minimum, see what it's like. And then you'll be kind of getting your feels on it. Like, I think my sideboarding is pretty locked in, but yours might change here and there. Hi, Mom. Zorby, are you still here? Alright, I'm ready when you are, Matt.
Question for you before we start.
Sure.
My chess piece.
Thank you for the sub, Mom.
I used to run Furnace into all the Oldhims.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think that Fatigue Oldhim is now going to be the most popular variant? And if so, I should switch to Tunic.
So if it is aggro Oldhim.
Or do we think it's going to be like 50-50?
I think there's a very good chance that a lot of people are going to shy away from this deck just because they're afraid of losing to the clock as opposed to losing to the opponent. So that being said, I think it's going to be like a pretty even split between what Lucas would play and what Charles would play, for instance, right? So that being said, does it hurt you a pretty good amount if you're playing against aggro and you're not on Furnace?
A little bit.
Okay, I would just play Furnace because it's still pretty good.
We can try like 2 games and I can play Tunic versus Furnace.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright,
Subgo did not update. Hold on. And no, Mom, I cannot hear you. I can only see your text. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I'm ready. They've adjusted some of the layout on this. It looks pretty good. So you let me go first?
Yeah. I always let Oldhim go first.
Okay. I don't know the merit of just like sending an attack. It's probably good enough. But I don't want you to like filter too much. But the goal is to fatigue, so maybe it is just right to... I'll just swing 4, actually. because I want to keep this card in my hand. Just because it's kind of like a react.
So immediately when I sit down and I see that you're on Rampart, I know you're on Fatigue.
Oh, what is up, Jamboree? Good to see you. Fortunately, I'm not playing Bravo today because we needed to test this as a team real quick. But Bravo is coming, I promise. All right, so we're gonna Arsenal. Let's Arsenal this one. I'm okay getting rid of these cards and blocking with those. How's Bravo been serving you? Appreciate the sub. Appreciate the sub. Okay, mode is buff power. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead. I think it's probably worth actually just blocking here and here and then playing this card. The value while I can. All right. I was feeling like I need to move off Bravo for Oldhim and then watch your VOD with Pummel Bravo list. Took that to Armory without playing it and won. That's awesome. That list is very, very good. And it's technically not my list. That's Andrew Lauren's list. He's also a very good Bravo player. He's Atlanta-based. Plays a lot with the card guys. So, very good player. He's won so many Pro Quests, just period, no matter what the deck is. Okay. Your game plan here, it's making me feel like you're trying to go back and forth a little bit.
Well, I know what you're doing because you sat down with Rampart.
Right, right.
So I'm not gonna fall into that trap.
Sure.
I will.
So what happens if I just start to pivot a little bit and go like back and forth and start throwing like big attacks at you?
Try it. I mean, I've looked at that list and most of them I can ignore.
Right. Is that Bravo list on the VOD? Yeah, it's on there. And you can go to the YouTube and it's in the description. Yeah, it's like 8 pummel. It's only 2 yellows, but yeah, it's pretty gas. It has debilitate too. Probably better just to get rid of the arsenal here. Took out 2 Fies and an Iceland over the list. Was pretty worried about the AB, but it worked just to kill it quickly. Yeah. Did you use the sideboard plan that was in the list as well? Yeah, just having like, I guess technically 8 armor is a lot. So I think you probably pop mask here. Yeah, use the sideboard. Yeah. No, it's definitely a good list. Buff power. Okay. Get rid of that card. It's not that good. Block City. 3 blocks everywhere. Off the links. Let's get it. There it is. Nope, not this time. Go ahead and take this one too. Debating just playing this, that's why I'm thinking so long. I could just full block and then prevent this. I think that's probably okay too. This is probably the best point to actually use this here. So I think I'll probably just do that. Then we won't be able to do that, but we can play this. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
Priorities on you.
Which is fine. If this was a different color, I would consider doing that. Okay, well, I am going to go ahead and do that. It's better to put this in Arsenal just because we do have a tunic counter. Now that we have this too, this is a little bit better to just go ahead and use all 3. Can you guys hear Matt over the music?
I'm not talking.
Right, you're not talking a whole lot, but when you do talk. Maybe those have I gotten rid of. I've gotten rid of a decent amount. I'm not super happy about that. Because of the way this hand is structured, I think it makes the most sense to play it like this. Still have the 1 prevention floating. It doesn't affect this, though. No, it does affect this. Go ahead and take that. This one can't be prevented. That's fine. You probably use snaps here. It's an okay card. Yeah, that's fair. Glad you like the music. Okay, this incentivizes me to go ahead and do whatever. I don't want to give too much information since he can hear us, but... Oh, did you? What's special about this Leviathan? So you're sorting here. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to just like bank on this, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. We're probably... This is tough. I think we just attack, play this, put this in Arsenal, and call it good. Even though it's only 3. Only like 11 cards with over 6 power. It's just like defensive like crazy. Go ahead and put that on top. See that a little bit sooner, maybe. So you rebuild Art of War. We're making people quit with super aggro? Okay. Is he playing all the go again cards, huh? Cool. That works out pretty well. Alright, back to 35. Spreading Flames is good. You have an Art of War in hand. It's rare with scab skins. Okay. Okay. I'm just playing all the generic attacks. That's fair. Maybe that's the way you just play Leviathan. You capitalize on the husk and you just go crazy. So have we gotten rid of? Only 1. That's good. The way you're playing is definitely putting me on the back foot on deck size. Yeah, I'm just okay with that. Oh, wait. No. I didn't mean to actually use that. You don't know about that. Don't worry about it. Okay. Alright, so this is going to be the Art of War turn. Alright, maybe not. Icelander got better when the less efficient wizards came out. For Wounded Bull. Okay. Always excited to see what can happen with Levia. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to block a whole lot more unless it's like a assault turn. What's that? I think we just block here. Just in case it's like a snatch or something. It's fine. So we can stop a snatch. At least this hit. The assault is going to be very good if it is assault. The lava burst. Okay. Just give you the last card. What in the world is that? That is wild. Alright, just chip this down even more. Yeah, there's been some crazy Levi builds that have gone around. I think it makes the most sense to probably just block here. Rabble, rabble. I'm trying to set up big turns. This definitely makes a lot of sense to me. What you doing? Okay. Banished a Mountain Gager. Okay. Kind of struggles in Defy. Armory last week the guy played. Yeah. No, I definitely agree. It is always a concern. But I have beaten Fies, but usually it's the Fies that just go like balls to the wall. Matt's been playing pretty smart, I think. You know, going sword on different turns, because I can't really present a whole lot of pressure. So being able to set up like bigger turns like this is kind of important. Saving stuff in your deck, having huge turns with the Art of War as much as you can. So we have the out of being able to use Tunic, Crown of Seas, and then block whatever the last attack is. So I'm okay with just doing this here, keeping the Arsenal, just in case that's its turn. Keep that on top. Card blocks for an above average rate. For 2, 2 isn't as bad, so we'll take the 2. Now the downside is if he does play something that's 2 or less, something like Assault or whatever, the Crown of Seas is going to actually prevent something. What's up? Oh, you already passed?
Played it. I think
Oh, you're playing the Salt. Yeah, okay. So Salt here. Honestly, yeah, I had to refresh. It's like this weird graphical thing up here.
This damage cannot be prevented.
6. Right. So I'm thinking just block, block. Just go ahead and take the 3, go down to 16. So that is Art of War number 2. Just got one more we have to worry about. You played a couple of Spreading Flames as well. All the Spreading Flames are gone. Blocking with these early is actually really bad. So I'm not super thrilled about that situation.
Isn't there a draconic card called Liquefy that does something against that shield?
Actually, yeah, there is. But it's like an attack reaction. You have to like hit, which obviously if you go a big turn, that's the problem, is like you have to hit. Liquefy. Yeah, let me read it real quick. It's Rupture. If it is played 4 or higher, target attack at your card gains whenever this hits a hero, put a -1 counter on equipment they control. Then if it has 0, destroy it. So it's a 1 cost Rupture attack reaction. So it's
a little clunky.
It's very clunky. Yeah. Okay, so we're at a position where we're getting close to the heart again. So I think it's still probably right to play this and just pass. Even though we're going to draw it pretty soon. I'm going to get rid of anything, but I am going to Ice React. Go ahead and take this one. And Lava Burst is good. Burst is very good. See, it was all in the plan. Now we're getting to the stage where these cards become very important. Let's see, one Rebel, we know two are pitched, and they're coming up. We're gonna keep this card in hand and actually arsenal the blue. Alright, last art. So this is coming in for 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Based on all of this, I think we have to block with this. Well, hold on, sorry. Play that one more time. I needed to do the Crown of Seeds. Okay, that is not the greatest draw. Stored, we're gonna eat.
Eat all of it, because you probably got a heart in hand.
Take that too. This one is 3. I have the capability to block. This is rough in a situation like this.
Who are you lying to, me or yourself?
Oh, I definitely do. It's just, it's an earth card, and I hate to get rid of that, you know? Your salt's gonna be insane, God. I think we have to block with it. Yeah. Alright, so this is for 6. That is lethal. Look at that. Crazy.
Oh no. You're in my spider web.
Oh, I know, right?
Alright, let's see. Can I kill you this turn, or do I need a pass?
I'm hoping the answer is no.
That stupid tunic up. So you can block 4 plus 1. Oh, so 4, 5, 6. You can block 6 attacks because tunic. But you also have a heart somewhere. If you have the heart in hand, you just lose. I don't think I need to try to kill you now. How many life gain cards have you used? Let's see.
Just a few. Had to block with one just last
I know
turn.
you have 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
They're all gone.
5. Are they? 1.
Yeah. Sunkiss, 2 healing bomb. All 3 sigils.
Yeah, okay. So your only life gain is the heart, which I don't know where it is. It's probably in your hand. Throw out a bunch of weak attacks and force you to do
Be
it.
worth keeping these
Arsenal.
in. I think it is. We'll make that change. Fortunately, it's still this. Block. The question is it correct to ice react here? I think it probably still is. Switch for me. Yeah, it wasn't my end. You were correct.
So everything is on the table now.
Yes.
2 life. You can play this card. You can block here.
I can block for
Gonna
2.
go to 1. Phoenix Flame kills you.
Yep, that's it. Alright. You got it. Alright, hit me with a rematch.
I'll make a new game.
Make a new game? You trying to get your record up or something?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Alright. I think we put these in. 'Cause there were a few situations where it would have been very good to go ahead and display a card like that, and then the life gain isn't bad. Copy that.
The game hurt my brain.
Oh yeah? That's what's so good about this, you know?
I don't know if I'm playing another one.
Here, you got it. We'll do a total of 3. Or we'll do
No.
best 2 out of 3. If you get me this next
No,
one.
this is the game for me.
It's the last one? Oh, come on. Come on. That's okay. These take a little while, so. Alright, so we're trying this now. Playing these. They're okay. This is a good life buffer. We can actually use the crown and the shield. I'm talking about Oasis. Yeah. You always want to keep these kind of cards in your hand, just so you can get like the max value out of pitching a blue. Because we are trying to fatigue, I think it's important to go ahead and do stuff like this. Try to get cards out of their hand.
I'm not giving you cards. You said down a Rampart. I'm not giving you cards.
Yeah, that's right. You're just gonna take this. Yeah, working our way down. It's okay to use this and this. Since we do have this, we can do this as well. We also have the option to play this into that, so it's E-Strike. Mode is go again, okay. I am going to go ahead and use this card. We don't really get a good opportunity to use it very often, so I should have pitched this one. I'm actually going to undo that, sorry. We'll want to keep these. This does not have go again. Okay. Oh, crap. I was going to use... I'll use Crown in a second. What the heck? Sometimes I wonder if it's like actually viable to attack, especially with like these, if your life total is less type of cards in the deck.
Well,
But you do have a bunch of these.
I think that deck needs CNC over Pulverize. Because if your opponent sits here and like tries to wait for the perfect turn, then you just sit there and swing 4, and that never feels good.
Yeah. Now I see where you're coming from, but the Pulverizes have actually been amazing. They've been so good.
They probably are, but you know, if I'm just sitting here and I'm swinging sword and you're blocking, you're losing cards and you're not really advancing your game towards winning. You're not disrupting me.
Right. Yeah, the big deck damage dealers is what you're really trying to go for. So it could be like maybe a better split to go like 3 Oaken and then 2 Pulverize. I could see that. But Sunkiss. Ooh. Back up to 40.
kiss these nuts.
Yeah? Well, I'm thinking these are probably right. Because you have so many cards like this that benefit off of being able to do that, and that. Over here with the extended art tunic.
Got him. You don't want to ice react that?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
So this one's coming in for 2, huh?
Yep.
2?
You're so.
Cool. So I was hoping that exchange would go. Sword.
Actually.
Appreciate the sub. Love to see it.
Oh, that shit back
Met the goal. Appreciate you.
in. Nope, nope, nope.
So just the sword. It's probably not correct to block with this. I'm not doing anything if I do that, so I'm just gonna block with this. It's probably just better. I'm gonna keep this card in hand. Well, no, maybe not. Yeah, we'll actually pitch this to attack for 3.
You're winning.
I mean, on paper, life total wise. This one I am gonna do that. I kind of wanted to keep this card, but it's fine.
These nuts.
Don't know. I think he would extend probably if I allow this to hit. You probably have something in the arsenal. I'll give you Fist. I think it's the safest line. This one's gonna come in for 3, right? Don't do it. What is this? Oh, it's sword. Okay. Maybe. Let's let that one out. Hmm. 6, huh? There's not much I can do about that.
What do you mean you can't stop a 30 damage turn?
Not usually.
You better.
Yeah, be better. Oh, what's up? It's other Matt. I'm streaming right now. Say hi. We got Matt and
Hi,
Matt in the call.
Pass.
Matt Dub, Matt M.
You disconnected.
You Snapdragon scalers. Oh, you're killing me. Literally.
That is the goal.
Another lava burst. Let's block with this.
All right. How much life did you gain this game?
A lot.
6,
I've gained
12
12 so far.
plus 1 off the heart, I think. 13.
I don't think I pitched a heart yet. No, I did pitch a heart, but I don't think it didn't give me life for sure. Or maybe that was last game. I'm getting it all mixed up. Doesn't matter. It's only 12 life for sure.
It's not 29. That's
Yeah, if I didn't have that 12 life gain, I'd be at like 17.
I mean, wouldn't you have just blocked?
Ice wreck me.
Good. Channel time.
Don't care. Just gonna swing the sword.
Don't care.
Gonna keep
I don't
stacking
care.
my deck.
Yeah, I hear you.
I know there's a salt the wound on the bottom of the deck, so I would next to that. Sounds pretty good.
You gonna put hardware next to that? Oh yeah.
Put those 3 red cards next to it.
Ooh. So we got a Ronin Blaze and a Mounting Anger turn with a Salta Wound coming up. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you're only 15 turns away from it.
Won't matter. We'll get there.
We will get there. That's a fact.
Oh, I know. When y'all stream it here, I'm sick of watching it delay.
You don't want to watch it on the stream?
I don't like the delay.
Oh, okay.
I can,
This is the side I wanted to see too. Let's go. I get both good.
This is it. This is peak Flesh and Blood right here. Swing Titan's Fist. Oh, got a full house. Oh my lord. Oh, this is fantastic. I love this. This is the best. And I cannot complain about this situation, I guess. Spreading flames. Alright, well, yeah, this is going to be quite a big one. It's funny that I haven't actually seen a D-React since until now. Refresh again. Here you go. There's another sink below. I'll let you have that one. That's a freebie. How much is this coming in for? It's only coming in, so it's 3, 4, 5.
Prevented.
How about this one? 3 of a kind. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope to see you again in another chat.
Hey, don't leave yet. I got.
You said don't leave yet. It's time to go. Art of War? Art of War! Woo, woo. So good.
Alright, yeah, you can leave.
Alright, he said you can leave now. Alright, so this is for 5. Strategic gameplay.
You're the one on the right, right?
The same, but
It's not the same because of the pitch.
I don't care about the pitch value.
No, I mean, it guarantees you one.
Yeah, I guess.
Sword time. Yeah, sword. Sword it up. Yeah, we can buy that. That's fine. I can keep those cards around if I can. 2. I'll take 2. Just for you. Oh, Snick Snack. Well, that's not very good. That's okay. You can have that one too. What in the world? This hand isn't playable.
No hand of X playable.
Gross.
Ew.
Gross. Dogs be dogs. It's gonna be a big turn. Another big turn. He's one brothers. Okay. Yeah. That works out pretty well. Gain some life. I'm just gonna pass back.
Chick-fil-A gave me 4 stars instead of gave me 5 instead of 4.
Horny Oldhim, that's it. You like that? Pervy old man Winter, is that what you're calling him? Once he lost his well, he just got horny. That's all it is. That's what I keep saying. I'm not even playing the horn in this. Obviously, it's bad. You know, red 0 block, not very good. Against a deck that is going 4 cards wide. A good amount of the time. And pitching a Mounting Anger and a Snatch. Okay. Healing Bomb's the best card in the deck. Buff power. I'm so greedy, but I'm gonna do it. That is actually not that good. This is fine. We'll keep that on top because I'm probably getting enough value out of this. I don't know how many people can say that they played a pulverized against a Phi with Oldhim. That's not normal. Wouldn't be surprised if you just took this too. So yeah, I play on a pulverized playmat all the time, so I have to play 3. Like that's why it's in the deck. That's all I'm saying. It's blocking. Okay. Guess you don't need all the cards. -4 to the first attack. Phoenix Flame for 0. Got it. This isn't the worst.
You keep disconnecting.
Yeah, sorry.
Opponent
I don't know what it is with Talishar and me. It's just so
Does it
meh.
happen on multiple computers?
Yeah, it does to an extent. I know it happened. I think it's my internet. It's got to be my internet. It also might be the. I'm playing in Chrome, so it's not.
Chrome.
It's not unbelievable that Chrome could be causing the issue too. Yeah, big turn. Seven. 7 is good. Yeah, the issue with the way you're playing is because of the way this deck is structured, I have like no agency, so even though you're like way lower, and I would prefer to pivot, it's just not possible. These salts are there. This is a salt turn. Oh, I can't do that. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that was a bad draw.
The heart.
Sure. No block card.
No, it's just a 2 block, which is bad.
What's your healing bomb?
Is there ever merit to drawing a card there instead of blocking?
I know what the top card is.
Do you?
Has the ice reacted me?
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Whoops. Hey, that's the 2 block. Don't worry about that.
Time passing by, will I see you again? Tell me you need me. This can be the end.
In the deck.
Cause though we're so far, you're still under my skin. Need you here with me.
Actually, hang on.
It's fine.
I'll take that back. Just gonna...
I've taken back a lot, so it's okay.
Ground is floating.
Yes, it is.
Probably should have stayed in the opponent's effects column while it was active.
It's
This kind of works. We could do this, 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 or we can do this, 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 and then be able to use this for this. I think it's probably right to get rid of that. Only block with a couple.
Is crown floating?
It's gonna be taken up by the sword.
Oh, okay. Taking one.
Yeah,
Okay.
your sword hits for 1.
Yeah, okay.
That's what that little one right there is next to the shield one.
Give me a card here.
Thought the one was pitched. So we're back at that stack. So we saw Ride the
No,
Tail
there
and
was
Rising.
a shuffle, so
Oh, was there? Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, because the stack would be Rabble into Blaze Headlong. If that was the case.
It was mounting Ronin Blaze. That was the
That's right. There was another one that was Rabble and Blaze.
We were pitched to a sword on your CLF. That was that stack. There was another.
We are higher on deck size, but you still have a couple of good turns that are capable. All the Artibors are gone. Spreading Flames, 1, 2. So you got one
Count
more
my
of
deck.
those. I am counting. Sounds actually pretty good.
Oh man, these games have given me a headache.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. What's your game
Waiting
plan
on
with
you.
this Oldhim deck into 5? Fatigue or kill? It's definitely fatigue.
UDC.
You can't really do much else. You don't really have, like, the threats to be able to just, like, threaten them. Oh, shit. Hold on. I think it's still right to Ice React. Maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's right to Ice React when you have a 4-card hand?
Your ice
The Ice React is a 3 block. You know what I'm saying?
You have less agency when you do it with more cards in their hand.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. So it's probably just like, whatever, here. Don't do it. There's a way that we can split this up however we need to as well. Which is good. If it's just a bunch of 3s, then I go block that. Okay. Flame Call. That is another 3. Fuko gets a lot of mileage in this.
I'm being stubbies. Should go better.
Juco better than Stubbies. You heard it here. You heard it here.
This Shuko's probably presented like, fair to say, at least 12 damage this game, maybe more.
Oh yeah, probably.
That's nuts.
Something like that. I am going to go ahead and do this. We're not going to do that, actually. It's better to eat the prevention. Oh, crap. Hold on. Sorry. I got a ground of seeds. All this undoing. Click happy. Alright. Let the prevention eat, because this Shuko is just going to tear it up anyway. And that's what I was hoping. It's Arsenal. Yeah, there's the last spreading flames. It's definitely a better spot to use Ice React.
Thinking.
Hey, you're good. What's up, Zaboon? We've had some very grindy games. This is our second game. We've been streaming for almost an hour and a half.
Priorities on you.
Oh, isn't? My bad. Lava Vein. Can't block with that. Salt. Salt. You've pitched a salt. You probably play 3. Invention does not happen on that one, huh? Give me the last card. Try to adjust the music. Oops, okay. There it is. It's better. Ronan. Okay. So the last thing we have to worry about is assault. And obviously you have like a good amount of your reds still. This game is a lot closer than the last one. The honeymoon was good. Appreciate you asking. What's up, Anthony?
I think you do.
You at the shop? Sorry, what'd you say?
Talking to Matt.
Oh, okay. About to do a draft. Is it the new set? It's the Phyrexia set or whatever.
Matt muted on us.
Oh, did he? Opponent is AFK, Judge. Phyrexia, yeah. I thought the pre-release was yesterday. Maybe I'm correct. No, that was a different game. My bad, my bad. Player 2 disconnected. I think that's me.
You are, because you keep joining his games.
Yeah. Still have a couple of Earth floating around. I think you play reacts. I would have seen the cards by this point. Snatch, okay. Yeah. Got a block. Alright, so getting the flame, this is definitely correct. If you're a handful of blues. Okay, so that's a starter. No Art of Wars, right? Art of War, Art of War, Art of War. Yep. Sorry, we need to redo this turn. My bad. Do that again. I think this is right, even though I'm giving up a couple of 3 blocks. Oh yeah? Glad you support the Oldhim play. This is the Oldhim that nobody wants to see, though. I can tell you that. That's a Shiko prevention. I have to give you these two. Yeah, I misplayed that too, I think. Depending on what the last card is, though. Yeah, I can't block. It's a hard to find. RIP. Fair enough. GG.
Yeah,
That was very
deck is-
close. That was very
I think
close.
his deck is beatable if you play smart. You just can't slam 4-card hands against it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that game was only close because you pulverized me, but that pulverized doesn't even matter.
Right.
Yeah, the pulverize. What did you swing? You swung a sword.
I
after you
swung a
pulverized?
sword for 0 just to filter my hand.
Yeah,
Because I've
Right.
been filtering for spreading flames and Art of War turns.
yeah. Yeah, the pulverize healed him for 3. That's irrelevant.
Yeah, the...
I don't think that was really relevant to the second game.
Can we undo that turn? We can. Okay, so there was a play. I think it's still correct to probably do the double reacts and just have some of the floating. Maybe not.
No,
But
I would have pitched
It's
hard.
probably bad, yeah.
There's no point in ice racking because you know that he's down to almost all blues.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's
no,
maybe
you're-
like
that's
2 or
probably
3
right.
reds left in the entire
But-
deck, right?
But even if I have all blues, I can still threaten 0, 3, and then 2.
Right.
So I'm still
Yeah.
really annoying.
I
to
still have
play
Earth
against.
React from that as well, so I
Yeah,
could have used
but-
that and kept the channel.
But the point is, there's no point in ice reacting at this point because the ice react isn't blocking 4
Right,
damage ever.
right.
It's blocking 1 or 2.
Right. Yeah, it's better as a
If you
3
ever
block.
get down
I
to-
completely agree.
Yeah, if you ever get down to 1 or 2 versus me, and my deck is all blues, like I don't care. You're in my spider web. I'm gonna go 5 or 6 chains, and you're gonna eventually die.
Right.
Yeah. Especially whenever you say that you have heart in hand. Because
Yeah,
you would have gained a
yeah.
life. You need to
Yeah,
start cycling heart as much as you can to get back in the
Yeah,
game.
I was trying to, but the issue is like not having an arsenal does make that a little awkward. So you're pitching to gain 2, kind of like 1 card for 2 block because you get
But
the the shield
that's
plus the life.
That's what the yellow earth is for.
Right, right. Which, you know, looking back at that, it was probably just right. So you went flame into sword into
Instead, I used Phoenix Flame 16 times this game. I used Fi's hero ability 13 times.
right. Yeah,
I wish
so
I could
it's
see how many times Shuko triggered.
so let's see how many cards is that. So you flame sword, then you played like a 0 for 3, right? Is that right? No, you played another flame
Yeah, I play Flame, Sword, Flame, and then
and then snatch. Yeah. So it
Snatch.
definitely would have been better to go.
What you
No
took
block
from
on the
hand was a blue Lava Vein Loyalty, which still
Right.
threatens lethal.
No, that makes sense. So, well, not if I gain up to 2. So I could go. So yeah, flame, no block. Sword, block with the 3 block, probably the ice. Then you
You're also
go
at, like,
flame again.
You're,
What's up?
you're also at a really low number of cards. So let's say you didn't pulverize me this game, and you
Right.
just blocked with that pulverize. And you're at, let's say you're at 12 cards at the end. I'm also 12, 15 cards here. My flame and sword is just gonna bleed your deck dry because my life total would be a lot higher. Like if you were on just straight fatigue against me, my
Right.
life total would be at like 20 right now.
Right. Right.
Or a little bit higher. I'm gonna bleed your deck dry. If you're starting with just 60 cards or 63, like that's not enough.
Yeah, I tried 63. But the issue with that plan is we still have crown if we have an arsenal. You crown, shield, and then you have earth react. That's why it's so important to keep those in your deck. Especially like even the yellows are fine too because you have the 1 floating for that. And that stops that entire cycle there, right? Now I know you're getting the second flame to kind of push a little bit extra on there, and that's like a Shuko for 2. And it can't be prevented, of course. So it's only a bleed of 1 damage, and then you get no cards out of my hand unless I decide to give you another one. But just on that last turn, I think it's right to you flame for 0, and then you sword. I pitch heart, block with shield, and then prevent with the earth. Then your next attack is... No, that doesn't work either, does it? No, it was another flame. Okay. So...
I think that deck needs to be revised in case your opponent just sits there and plays with you.
Right. So, well,
I
you
would
were
cut-
suggesting putting in, like, Command and Conquers instead.
Well, so I would cut the Oaken ult and I would cut the Pulverize. I'm just
Okay.
thinking about the Fi matchup here, and I would put in Command and Conquer and Spinal Crush.
Okay.
They're still red block 3s.
They are, but all of the reds in this deck are either gain 3s, which effectively is a block 3, but if you're able to efficiently block, then you're gaining off of that, right? And then the other reds are block 4s, so they're D-Reacts, Oasis, Respite, Sink Below, Imperial Warhorn, Staunch Response for just big D-React, and then in this case it's a Steadfast. And then the reds that are chosen for the actual attacks are there to actually, like, deal more deck damage, right? So, like against the mirror, just slamming pulverizes is
Yeah.
because you're going to be behind on cards to start off, but then like once they run out of their threats and you keep remembering these pulverizes and keeping your life total high, then you can start chipping damage away. Like they're hitting you with their sledge or whatever, right? You just take it and then you're like, okay, here's a pulverize. Now they have to like think about their entire life choices and throw 4 cards in front of it just to not die because they've been chipped away by your sledge. So pulverize I think is very necessary.
So I think that deck is going to beat the average 5 player.
Yeah.
But if you have somebody who like is just really, you're going to lose. I don't think that deck can fatigue Fi as is. And like you said, if you ever do get ahead in the game because I've sat there and take the bunch of attacks for 4, you have no way to like ever force me to block.
Right.
I mean, even you going first and you swinging 4 or 8, like, why am I gonna block if you presented Rampart?
Right, but that's not the point. I don't want you to block, or it doesn't really matter. Like, yes, I want you to get rid of your cards, but like the point is to just prevent all the damage, run you out of threats, and then I'm just gonna keep hitting you for 4 until you die. Right.
But I don't run out of threats because I can, with 2 blues in my deck, I can throw 5 damage at you.
Right. But I can
mean
prevent 4 of that damage.
Prevented.
Yeah, 2 of it can't be prevented, but I can prevent 4 of that damage just overall. Right?
Right. I mean, when it's 5 and 0-3-2, you can't. You can prevent 3.
I think my end game is better than your end game because my life total is going to be a lot higher. You're going to run out of cards against me.
Because of Shuko, Fi's end game is nuts.
Yeah, it's very good for that. I'm just saying, like, if you pace it out in a sense to where, like, they attack you with sword, and then you say, okay, I'm going to Crown of Seeds, Earth React, so that's 3 block. You just use all the prevention there, and then you pitch Heart in block with shield to do the prevention and stuff. That is the 5 damage that's covered up, right? And I didn't use a card to stop that. So we're kind of at a parity. But the difference is my sword or my weapon. So you Earth React.
Okay, there's 2. Then
Plus
shield
crown.
is 3.
Plus crown.
Uh-huh.
Which you're pitching Heart of Findle when you get to the late stage of the game where it's like you're both at 4 cards left or whatever. Let's say that's the case. And I have Arsenal. That's very key. So you pitch Heart, gain a life.
Okay,
use
so
crown.
let's pretend you're at 1 life here. You're at 1 life. All right, sword is covered up. You go to 2 life. I throw Phoenix Flame for 2. What do you do?
Well, that 1 life plus the shield block puts me back down to 1. Right? You see what I'm saying? Like, you use the prevention to stop the sword.
You're at the point where you have to Arsenal every turn, so you never get to swing the hammer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's not true. If you have 4 cards.
Card in art. You're crowning as well? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you crown, you have your 4 card hand again. You Earth React, so that's 2 cards. And then you have 3 more cards in your hand. You just swing hammer, and you have to decide whether you want to block that or not. And then I get 2 cards option to Arsenal. I only need 4 cards in deck.
If you're at this point in the game, you either have too many cards left to where you're not going to see the Heart on the next turn.
If you have too many cards left, then yes, that's a little bit different. But that's where you start blocking. You have to get the cards, and then you get to the stage where you're at the 4 cards left. You see what I'm saying?
The problem is you need 6 cards left to do this loop. Right? Because you have to have 1 in deck, you have to have the 1 in Arsenal, and 4 in hand.
You don't have to have 1 in deck. Because the Arsenal goes directly to deck, and then you draw. Like, it goes in that order for Crown of Seeds. Yes, it does. You don't have to have any cards in deck.
And I burned a lot of your cards with the sword swings there.
Oh, for sure, but you have to block
I
it.
probably burned like
that's all there is
6
to
of
it.
them. And then my E strikes also burn a bunch of cards.
Right.
So I'm I'm getting each strike comes in for 7. I'm getting 2 cards there, most likely. And then
Right.
sword swing, I also burn probably another 4 or 5 cards.
Yeah, the issue isn't like the if you can get to the late game, I think we're at a state to where I will be able to kill you given enough time, but getting to that end state is the difficult part if the Fi is playing correctly, right? So with you pitching your reds and then setting up big turns off of Art of Wars and spreading flames, like that's how you kill me. And that's what you did both times, which was correct. But it was still kind of close, and there were some lines where I blocked it officially, especially that last turn. I think I could have maybe survived. I think I still probably would have died because I'm
But
trying to get an arsenal.
if you're a 5 player and you're throwing 4 or 5 card hands down and you dealt 0 to 2 damage,
Yeah.
why would you not immediately pivot into like trying to set up an Art of War turn? I mean, you just got to be like the biggest idiot in the game if you're just going to keep throwing out red cards and
Yeah.
expect
Yeah.
something different to happen next turn.
Well, unfortunately, I think a good amount of the 5 players just play that way in general. But
Mm.
yeah, the elite players are doing what you're saying. It makes more sense. You just have to evaluate like what the value of your turn cycle is. If you're only dealing 2 damage, that's horrible, and you're burning 4 cards, you're gonna die. Like you just fatigue that, right? You have to set up the big turns like you were doing. Like yesterday when I played against the Fi, he set up a big turn like that. It was a double Art of War turn. I think it's better to split them up and try to have like multiple big turns like that, but they were able to hit double Art of War and then end off with like a lava burst for 9 using links and getting like another one or something crazy. So I mean it was huge, but at that point like all the gas was gone, right? And then from there they kept I guess they saw the opening where they were at like 30 something, I was at like 18 or whatever, right? And then they just said, okay, well you're low enough, I'm going to keep trying to kill you. And I think that's where the mistake led up, right?
Yeah.
Whereas you were just like sending sword randomly, which does eat a card out of my hand. You don't do any damage, but like you're setting up arsenals. So you're kind of playing this like hip hop game where you're like, okay, one turn I'm not doing anything. The next turn, here's this big turn, try to like leak a decent amount of damage. Next turn,
I mean,
sword. Right.
yeah, ideally, yeah, it's like that.
Right.
But there are some turns where it's like, oh, I just drew all reds or I just drew a bunch of blues. Like this isn't the turn I'm gonna pop off. I'm gonna try to just uh swing for 3 or 7 or whatever.
Right.
If I can swing for 7 with uh 2 cards
Right.
easily, and then I got cards left in hand, so I'm not going to get ice reacted.
Right.
But what I was doing there, I know you can't see my screen, was I was trying to set up Art of War with Flame Call Awakening or Art of War with Rise from the Ashes,
Mm-hmm.
and I would hold these cards in hand or arsenal for a couple turns
Right.
until I saw exactly what I wanted to see.
Right. And that last game too, I held a Oasis in Arsenal for a long time just because it was more efficient for me to like block for 3 from hand. And I wasn't cycling through the deck. I probably should have like just went ahead and burned it, even though I was higher life total, but I was trying to get that extra life. So and then because you were playing in that manner, you weren't able to like efficiently get me out of cards in hand and also chip down, right?
Art,
So it was making that Oasis just like really bad. So
Art may be a liability to run in this matchup. I know you talk about you think you have a loop there, but if you draw a heart when I'm popping off, that doesn't feel great.
I think
And
it's very good. It's just there were some turns where it's just like this isn't the greatest. And it was unfortunate at that stage. I need to be able to have an arsenal to have like maximum efficiency out of that heart, right?
I think
And at the
both games
times
ended with you having heart, though.
it did, but it was because we were at a point where I couldn't keep an arsenal is all it was. And
He hadn't fatigued you deep enough yet either.
right.
You still had too many reds left. That's where
It's
heart gets bad.
it's definitely, I think, necessary, especially for that in-game state that we're trying to get to, or that I'm trying to get to, right?
Yeah.
All in all, I think the deck is very good. Like, I probably wouldn't make really any changes to it, except maybe
It's a
some
very
like
good deck.
small tech changes. Like I could see playing Blessing of Patience and Imposing Visage. I love those cards. Like I'm just those are my pet cards anyway. I love like Imposing Visage because I play Bravo, as you guys know, to my detriment sometimes. But regardless,
Sometimes is an understatement.
all right. Hey. No need to be
Matt,
sassy on
do you
stream.
wanna Matt, do you wanna jump in and play? I'm
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let me
gonna
close out the stream. You want to say goodbye to the lovely viewers?
goodbye everybody.
Appreciate
Bye-bye.
you beating my cheeks. No, it was a good learning experience. I hope a lot of people enjoyed the gameplay, even though the Oldhim didn't quite get there. It was close though. All right. Well, anyway, guys. Oh, appreciate the sub. Sorry about that. You know, just talking to them. I didn't want to interrupt the conversation. But yeah, definitely appreciate that, Paneros. And I'm going to read your comments real quick. Okay, so Azalea can put her arsenal, and it's the only card in deck can dominate as well. That's fair. And then you missed out last night. Who ended up winning? Briar won. And just to recap on that, the Briar that I played against yesterday, I was very comfortable sitting down to start off because, like, okay, well, we're going to fatigue Briar. That's fine as long as they don't go crazy. Well, he did go crazy. And the play was, let's see, very early in the game. He was playing Crown of Dominion, had a gold token, and he said, channel into Force of Nature, into Sonata X equals 1, gets a perfect split of Gloomveil and Snatch, has Embodiment of Lighting, says Snatch go again, I block that out, into Gloomveil, block that out, into Rabble, which then draws a card. I see what the card is. It's like a scar for a scar. And then hits me with that. So that's 14. And then they draw a card, they arsenal. I think there's one turn sequence in between, but it was so much damage that I couldn't really do much. I had to just lay down my hand. I didn't have an arsenal at that point because I was trying to prevent the force, of course. Then the follow-up turn was channel into Tome of Harvest, into Cash In that they draw off the Tome of Harvest, so they have an embodiment, into Snatch again. I block that out, into Rabble, which I also can't block out because of the structure of the hand. I think I had like a healing balm or something along those lines. And then they reveal Rabble to their Rabble, hit me with that, play another Rabble, revealing Scar, hit me with the Rabble, draw the Scar, and then hit me with the Scar. So I go all the way down to 3, but that game still lasted another like 8 to 10 turns, and I still felt like okay because like a couple of their channels were gone. I only had to weather the storm on the other channel. I was trying to gain a little bit of life here and there. This deck is kind of busted, so I recommend it to anybody who is trying to get some good games. Don't play it at an armory though; it's bad. Bad for the health of your community. So, anyway, appreciate you guys, and I will see you next time.